When you have an electric vehicle, then you're also going to be able to save on gas, but you got to be able to afford it.
Or any menstruating person in this country cannot make decisions over their own body.
Even limit their ability to get gender affirmation treatment in their state.
It is now my distinct honor to introduce the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, John Roberts, to administer the presidential oath to the next President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden.
The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot, I got hairy legs. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. You've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
Great again. God bless you. I love you.
Greetings. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Rob Wilson of Arcelations, and welcome to Draw, Chat, and Chill. I'm about to have the quickest review of Don't Worry, Darling of all time. The movie sucked. End of question. You failed to try to attack Jordan Peterson. And with that being said, I got a guess. Let's go. What's going on, man?
Hell. Yeah, I didn't see that movie because I don't watch modern stuff, but I'm pretty sure it sucked. Yeah, it's kind of my thought on everything. It sucks.
Yeah, it started off kind of mysterious and all that, and then it turned into like a Matrix movie, and I was like, female empowerment, same bullshit.
Matrix movie, like
literally,
like dodging bullets and shit, or like the female empowerment garbage.
So basically, the whole thing that they showed in like the trailer, the couple and all that, they were in like They were in like some kind of simulated reality that
it's a Jordan Peterson movie?
No, the chick, Olivia Wilde, that directed it. She said that the main guy, who was kind of like a cult leader, was portrayed to be like Jordan Peterson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was like some bullshit sci-fi thing, but they were trying to slam dunk on fucking Peterson. Yeah, whatever, man. I was like, the dude fucking likes lobsters and tells people to clean up their room. Like, whatever. Who fucking cares, man? These people are nuts. They're fucking nuts.
Yeah,
however, I'm not.
Me neither. 10 years in the army. I still don't think I'm completely crazy yet. But
I was like, you got out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I did 6 in the Navy and I'm out. I'm fine. I
exactly.
still hate everything though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Holding the fort down. So I guess I'm going to jump on some stuff. I keep hearing this great article place called Bleeding Cool, which I haven't really gotten a chance to check it out, but it's got some pretty interesting
it's a
things.
great place to just sit and ponder about what the fuck's going on with the world today.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't really hang out here much. Can I swear?
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
all right. Well, some people get weird. Like I was hanging out with Elliot the other day, and I dropped a bunch of F-bombs, and I was like, he seemed taken aback a little bit. So I didn't realize. I forgot I wasn't at my house, and so I was just like, I was just talking like I normally do, and I'm like, whatever. Not that I would really like curb my language, but I'm just like letting you know in advance. It's what I do.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you got going on here? I don't know.
So that's what I'm trying to see with all this stuff they got going on. Mike Hawthorne post. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know where to jump in at. What's popular now.
Yeah, next time I would pull this up ahead of time and figure out a topic because it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. Some older articles. There's that Pocahontas stuff from that Prey movie. Did you see that Prey movie?
No.
Okay, so I watched it. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst ever. There was definitely woke elements sprinkled all throughout. So the people are like, "Oh, it's not woke," because it didn't beat you over the head, but it was definitely had some stuff sprinkled in there. And I was like, I like that movie just because my kid calls it Pocahontas. So I think that's funny. I think that's really funny. And here's the thing: is like, do you ever see that Red Sonja movie back in the 80s?
Oh yeah.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger and what's her nuts there. So like my biggest gripe about that movie is I understand Red Sonja as a character, but when you look at some broad, I don't care who you are, look at some broad going toe to toe with Arnold Schwarzenegger or any man, but let's just say going toe to Arnold Schwarzenegger, whipping that sword around and stuff, and she was going toe to toe. She's fighting and she's doing her thing, and like it was almost like a perfect match. Like he was not winning. And so they did that. They did that in the beginning to like blow off some steam to show their thing, and then they do it again at the end. But then at that point, they kind of like each other, so it's like more of a flirting thing. But I always hated it. Even as a kid, I'm like, "There's no freaking way." I said, if a grown man punched my mother in the face, like she's not going toe to toe with anybody. Like, and I understood that as a child. Yeah. So I was like, this is weird and stupid, and it always bugged me. So I've always said, like, women, for the most part, I mean, not all of them, but for the most part, they're beautiful creatures, right? And you got to treat them as such. And so you're not going to have a generally a beautiful woman going toe to toe with Arnold Schwarzenegger and him struggling to win. So it's not going to happen. So it's unbelievable. So how do you make it believable? Well, one, most women are tiny, so you use their size, their ability. They have to outthink the problem. If you want them to win or even survive, we're talking rolling around on the ground, using their size to their advantage, outsmarting the big brute, because that's the way it's being portrayed. This is a bigger, and in Prey, it was a monster. It was the alien. It was the predator. So that's a giant brute, and this tiny woman has to figure it out. And so the one thing I did appreciate was on the end fight, she did have to outthink him and outsmart him. Hey, Mo Biggs is here. Hail, Mo. Thanks for coming in, brother. But yeah, to outthink him and outsmart him, had to do that. But in the scene, like, she steps out of the way, she outthinks him, and then there's a scene where she like rolls and she's using her size to the advantage, and then she has to outthink him. Like, it was not this tiny broad going toe to toe with a predator. I'm like, Arnold barely got out alive.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm
just like, no way. When they were telling me about this, I'm like, absolutely not. But at the core of it, it kind of had some like cool elements, but like not really.
Yeah. When speaking of like battle scale levels, if Arnold barely beat the Predator at his size, what could a woman of her stature on Prey do if Arnold barely struggled? And plus, too, here's my thing: like, if they want to do the whole Mo Big said, are you guys talking about Prey? Absolutely.
Yeah, Prey.
Here's my thing. Like, okay, if you want to do the female empowerment thing, Make it believable. Get some of these freaking bodybuilder chicks that still got Barbie doll faces and freaking give them some lines.
Well, they got all those broads that are in wrestling. That's exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Although I kind of think China was a man. Like, I don't know. Either she was a man or she took a lot of testosterone.
Well,
that bitch was huge.
Here's the thing. The only thing that proved that China was not a man was when she did her X-rated version of She-Hulk.
I'm just telling you, they do surgeries and stuff.
Oh,
They can take the wiener down. It's cool. I mean, it's not really cool, but I mean, like, you know, for them, it's cool. I'm just saying, it's been around for a while. It's not new.
Yeah, that's true.
So so you're just I mean, you whacked off to China porn.
I did not.
Like, oh man, yeah. So it's okay, man. You like Chinese? No problem, Rob. We still don't hate you.
Thank you. I still have to address my objection. Damn it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can object all you want. I'm just telling you that. I think is a dude. I think Nicole Kidman's a dude. I think Sandra Bullock's a dude. I think Taylor Swift is a dude.
Sandra Bullock, maybe.
You can't tell me China's a broad. Just saying.
She got the jaw of the dude. So
right, that's what I'm saying. And she's got, you know, look at her next to a real woman. Like, come on now. Like, stick her next to Jennifer Aniston. You're like, hey, look at that dude with tits. You know, there's no way around it. So whatever, man. I said this person made a lot of money doing her thing. I mean, and I know she did that Playboy thing, and a lot of dudes were like, oh my God, China. I was like, you might as well whack off to Andre the Giant. Like, it's in the same fucking ballpark, bro. Yeah. Mo says, I thought Prey was all right. My only real issue was terrible CGI. Yes. With the animals and the end, how the village reacted to what happened. Yeah, 100%. So I'm in the same boat as you, Mo. The way the village, so I was just bringing up an example, like how women are written in modern stuff, and we're talking about feminism and all that. But he hadn't seen Prey, right? You didn't see Prey, right?
No.
Yeah, so that was the thing. So I wasn't trying to like really go into crazy detail. I was just giving like examples. But yeah, 100%. That end, the way the village like treated her, like sucked. There was woke elements throughout, but I mean, you can even forgive that because you know what you're watching, you know what you're getting into. She gets into a fight with her brother, like an actual fist fight, like they're fucking like fighting and stuff, and like he's missing every single punch, he's not even landing, and she's whooping his ass. Like that kind of happens. Like he goes to like punch her, and she just magically just moves slightly, tilts her head, so he smashes the ground instead of her face. I'm just like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I said, come on. All he had to do was grab that bitch by her hair, and she would have went back to the village. Like that's a reality.
Exactly.
Mo says, I figured China was probably born a dude. Yeah, 100%. That's the boat I'm in. Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
I said, but we've just confirmed.
Definitely,
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. What?
You're talking about her? You're talking about her adult adventures?
Hey,
you're like, these are the things that are up there for me. Willow,
it pops up in the
China's
news.
Adult Adventures. I'm in. You know, it's like Lord of the Rings, but different. Yeah, he's like, somebody was trying to get the ring. You know, Frodo.
Oh my God, I
can't. Sword in your sheath. I don't know what
how
you're
the hell.
into.
How did this happen?
Because you invited me on. You're welcome.
I did. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's how this happened.
But that's my main thing. Like, get some of these female bodybuilders that are out there. Some are in wrestling, some are professional athletes. And
in fairness, though, like big. I see your point. I see your point, and like it makes it believable. Like, so you're gonna stick them in like a role like Red Sonja. That's fine. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. You're gonna stick them in a role like She-Hulk. I get it. Makes sense. But to the most part, I mean, there are dudes that freaking love that. But I was like, I look at them female bodybuilders. I look at them female wrestlers. That shit don't do nothing for my dick. So like it puts it in the same category. No, realistically, like, so I mean, I understand your point. If you're trying to get some big badass chick that's gonna fight dudes and do whatever, yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from. But like when I see the movies, like, is why I complain about the movies and shit today. Like, I go to Walmart and I see these ugly ass people, and then I turn on the TV and the lead actress in the movie is an ugly ass person that just might as well just gone to Walmart and ate, think of popcorn and been the same fucking experience.
Yeah.
So when you go, like, I mean, I watch a lot of old movies, and so you see old Hollywood. The women were beautiful. The men were handsome. Like it was a whole thing. It was very, very appealing. Now they stick the ugliest broad in the show and say that if you don't like it, it's your problem.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm like, no.
Like
it's why it's escapism. Why I look in the mirror and I see myself. Why do I want to fucking look at more ugly people on TV? You know what I mean? Yeah. Jesus.
In the words of
when they get away, they try to put handsome men on because that's for them.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, not always, but like a lot of times, like, obviously Jason Momoa was cast in fucking Aquaman, takes his clothes off and shit. They knew what they were fucking doing. But like, where's my version of Aquaman? Like, where's them hot ass bitches they used to have? They don't have them no more.
Hey, look, Amber Heard did look decent in that movie.
She's nuts. And you know what? I like crazy. It's kind of my thing. It always has been. I said, and the hotter the bitch, the crazier they are. And I'm in there. Give me some of that.
Exactly. Mo Big says, stop reminding Rob about the time he whacked off to China and She-Hulk. Like when he's angry. Oh
that's right.
Oh, man. Hey, if somebody clips that, I ain't mad. I might clip it on myself.
Rob's going to whack it and just change himself. Rob Hulk. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
he's all like cracked out on fucking masturbation in China.
Hey, look. It's not about China, okay? It's about beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Take a look at I'm saying, I mean, well, it's fine. I mean, she's probably the better of the ones that I've seen. But
and she's like 5 feet or something. She's short. I do
like that. That's pretty good. I like tiny broads. It's kind of my thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, there you go. See, she knows what's what. She's grabbing that bitch by her hair. And I'm saying, if they grabbed Pocahontas by the hair, they'd have had that bitch back to the fucking Indian village. She'd have been putting beads and fucking making cornbread. Like, that's a reality.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they exist. There's some wild childs out there.
Yeah.
Get them in there. You know what I mean?
No, and so there's this idea. So it wasn't the worst movie ever, but it's another thing we didn't need to have. Oh, I'm on the military base, so during the day we got airplanes and shit. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. At least it's not gunfire today.
Yeah,
it's gunfire every day.
Are you serious?
When I stream at night, you don't usually hear it unless they do night ops for the helicopters and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very rare. But there's been times where I used to try to make videos in the day, and it would just be like, and it's bro, you live in a war zone? I was like, nah, base right there.
Shoot, you should play into that. Do a couple combat rolls in front of the camera.
That's not for me. I'm fat and lazy. It's not for me at all.
He was like, that's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for me at all.
Fair enough.
I went back to drinking coffee. It's fine.
Yeah, sometimes at night when I used to do security, we would hear training overnight over in Quantico. So it'd be like boom, real subtle booms. It was like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's Quantico. They're getting their training on.
So, I don't know the noise you're making. I was like, I don't know if you're like getting like chupacabras and shit, and you're just like, you guys are all weird and stuff. You're going in the woods with flashlights. You're like, what is that?
No, they weren't as loud as like what you probably hear, but they're like real subtle booms that we'll hear sometimes overnight.
Yeah, they shoot off the big gun every now and again, like during the day. It actually shakes the entire house.
Okay.
Yeah. So we get all this shit. It's just military base, but it's like whatever. It's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta spend more time on Bleeding Cool. So
yeah, you do, man. That's where all the information is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, get your ass off CNN. Get over to Bleeding Cool. I was learning about some comic books and stuff. I said, I was like, I know you're over there sucking on Biden's titty. And you're like, come on, Biden, lower the gas prices. And you're like, bro, let's talk about some comic books, man.
Hell yeah. And speaking of which, if possible, I'd like to go over VKP 0, which I don't think I've ever gone over it with you. So
no, because I would have definitely. You would have known. Like, I fucking hate this. Let's make me not hate it.
I don't know if that's possible, but
it might not be possible. But if you got some thick skin, we can talk about it.
Oh yeah. I need the.
All right, what am I looking at?
All right, so this is the cover. Let me see if I can zoom in. This is the cover of VKP, and it's kind of like
I have no idea what's going on, and I hate it.
So
did you draw this?
Yeah. Oh, back in 2018.
Good. Well, in 2018, I hated that.
So we got hit.
There's a lot of negative space. All right. So my thing is like just from I'm not an artist, But from a buyer's perspective, if I saw this on the thing, like, can you zoom out real quick? I just want to tear this thing apart. If you want me to tear it apart, if not, I won't tear it apart. You can talk all you want. I'll tear this apart.
Let's get it out there.
All right. It's not the worst thing in the world, but there's so much. Yeah, Mo says no comment. Yeah, I fucking hate it. So, one, and I told you earlier, like the whole virgin kill paradox, that shit's too fucking clunky. Like I'm saying, I would call it paradox or something along those lines, or like, I'd like thesaurus, like what the fuck else is a paradox, and like throw that word in there and then call it virgin. This book 1 is virgin kill, because that would be the first one, right? Because obviously they're going to be killing some shit afterwards. I'm assuming. So then the first one would be virgin kill. That's why I would go with the title.
Okay.
There's a lot of purple and shit, and you got that blue and stuff. You're throwing out bisexual lighting all day. So who's your audience? Is your audience the alphabet crew? Is your audience me? If your audience is me, I don't fucking like purple, bro. I don't hate it, but like this right here screams, I'm not the audience. This audience is like the dudes that tuck their wieners. That's the audience that you're screaming for.
Tucking wieners.
But now you have all this negative space. You got your speed lines, you got your thing, but you have all of your images smushed together and whatever. So like, what are we trying to create? Are they like being sucked away from me? Are they coming at me? Like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on, and then I can't tell anything. Like, I'm telling you, I don't even know what your art style is, but I'm like, I don't know what this is.
So kind of like this thing right here is kind of like the source of attention. It's an element that if it chooses, it can give certain people powers. So through this, like the stories kind of intertwine around it. You got a rebel right here by the name of Deuce. You got a top businessman here, evil businessman guy. You got a creature from another world. You got a flying city here, and you got the sister assassins here, right here. So that's kind of what I tried to convey. Again, I was not an expert.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
So what's up with the blue genie dude?
The blue genie dude. So he's called the Bouncer, and like I say, he's a creature from another world.
Is this a weed book?
Huh?
Is this like a weed book, like anime shit? Like it's got like manga elements. Like it feels manga.
My style back then was.
Okay. Is it now?
2018. Huh?
Is it now?
No.
Okay,
my
so
style.
then, I'm telling you, I would change this cover. So that's this purple element thing, this weird ass like gay dark crystal ripoff thing you got going on. Like this is a main part of your book.
It's inside the book. No.
No, is it a main part of your book? Then why the fuck is it on the cover if it's not in the book?
Well, yeah. It's a significant piece to the story. Yeah.
Okay, then I wouldn't put that. Fuck that. Get that shit out of there. Make it a surprise. Make it a fucking thing. Make it your fucking Lord of the Rings. Like make it your fucking ring. It's your precious. Fucking. We need to get there. We can't get to there on the cover. You're showing off the titty, and I didn't have to pay nothing. So get that thing off there and give me like a cool fucking character. Like you smashed all that shit. I don't care about these dudes yet. I don't care about them. I don't know them. I don't need to. And I've already moved on because this book wasn't for me. I've already decided it's all the bisexual lighting. I'm like, shit ain't for me.
Hey,
give me the coolest character you have, and I don't care if they're a villain or they're a hero. Give me the coolest character you have and put them on the cover. Boom! There's the coolest character, coolest pose, what the fuck ever. If you're gonna do something simple, but you can do something complicated. I mean, I don't know what your art style is. We haven't even touched on that.
Yeah,
but like you could do an entire scene where there's like some kind of like whatever action, some fighting, whatever. But like, there's no action. I'm bored.
Indeed, that makes sense. Mo says, "Damn, 80s is way too on point right now." Hey. He's getting it. I watch Rob's draw streams. I'd say he's better than this now. Yeah.
I've seen some stuff when he's over hanging on J-Bot and shit. So I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Yeah. So my teachers now are like, the Barton Bros, Brett Booth. Those are the artists that I kind of gear my style towards. So this is the inside cover. Quick synopsis. In the future, nuclear warfare has decimated the surface of the earth, leaving the surviving human population obscured. Fortuitously, the Convect Corps anticipated this global crisis and manufactured 4 floating mega cities for what is left of humanity to inhabit.
I was supposed to read that?
I read it. I read it for you. See,
No, I got that, but I bought the book, right? So I buy the book. I'm supposed to read that?
You can.
I don't understand. Like I wouldn't have read it. I just skipped over. It's just it doesn't bring me in. So like this whole page looks like like it doesn't look like part of the comic. It looks like your credits page. Like it's got your writer, your artist, all your shit. Like I don't care about that. I'm not even gonna fucking bother reading that dumb synopsis. I'm gonna think it has nothing to do with the book, and that's some bullshit ass thing of like, I'm awesome. I made this book and blah blah blah, and I love my mom or some shit. And so I don't care. So if it's part of the book, like put that somewhere else.
Understood. Mobeg said, "This looks like it would be the cover of Virgin Paradox." Yep,
that's right.
That's an instant name change right there, Mo. Between you and 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, Virgin Paradox. Yes.
Jesus.
That's the way to go. I mean, I don't hate these panels, but that's a page. That's an entire page.
So this is the first page. It kind of talks about generalization of family since they're sisters, and it segues into them just flat out big swing punch. Like I said, my style back then was anime-ish.
Yeah.
But
are we starting from scratch, or are you trying to sell this book?
I've already sold it to a couple people.
And what did they say?
Well, I couldn't get feedback from some people in the past, and that's the thing. I'll take the criticism to correct.
Like, and what's up with her boobies? That shit don't even look real. Like, her boobies, I don't even know what's going on. Like that cleavage, that's weird. Not her, the other one. That cleavage shot. That looks like about to close. That's like a clamp, ready to close down on that shit. Like that's all that. I don't even know what's going on. Like, you gotta talk to Boob Dan, learn to draw some boobies.
That is true.
Because for real, like, so you look at her shoulder. So you look at her shoulder, then you look at her boob and your boob, and then you look at her ass and her back muscles. Like, I'm looking at like, you just got she's all ballooned up. Like, and then she's got the punch in the face. So did this bitch get stung by a fucking jellyfish? Like, she's all swollen up.
So the knuckles imprinted on the cheek, I got that from the last Matrix movie, where Neo did the slow punch in the rain, and Smith's face.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're getting at, but I'm talking about the actual rest of the art. Like, the way it's got all that bubbled up. It really looks like she was stung by a jellyfish. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, I mean, and so for me, I said, I don't care what kind of artist you are. There's so many artists that draw very well, but if you can't draw a woman, I said I'm out.
Yeah, indeed.
And like, to me, that's because that's a harder thing. Like, you can draw like Superman, you can draw these like muscle bound dudes and shit. You can get that anatomy, but like, if you can't draw a woman, and what I'm seeing is, I was like, this bitch ate some bad sushi, and she's all swollen. She got that allergic reaction, like peanuts or peanuts.
That blowfish sushi.
What the hell is this?
This is part of the book. Poster shot. Yeah.
Bro, if you came at me with this book and said 80s, can we talk about this book? I'd have flat out told you no. Like, can I come on your show and can I talk? I would have said absolutely not.
Understood.
Yeah.
And like I said, my knowledge of setting up a good American comic was very limited at that time. I was just like, I need to produce something and put it out there. Then I'll adjust and improve afterwards. So now, what kind of
these panels aren't bad. I like these a lot better than the other stuff you're showing me.
Okay, so they're kind of damn. What the hell is going on?
I still think she's goofy looking though. Can I see some new art? I think I'm over this. Unless you want me, I can tear this whole thing apart.
I'm over this.
Yeah, I hate everything about that.
80s said he is done.
Yeah. Do you have new stuff? Can I see some new stuff? Are you going to redraw that book? Are you trying to sell me that book?
So that book actually takes place deep further along in the story. But like I said, it was a trial run.
So your art has changed. Your art style has changed. So can we redraw this?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have this conversation with people, and like a lot of times the answer is no. The money's already spent. Well, then I'm not buying your shit. Your shit sucks. Like, your cover sucks. If your cover sucks, change it. If you can't change it, you're telling me you can't change it, then you failed, because I'm the buyer, right? So like, I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to really like make a go at this, give it your best, bro. So,
Indeed.
Maybe your story. I haven't even read your story yet, but like maybe your story, maybe your ideas like wicked cool. But yeah, let's can we pull up some of your new art? Maybe I won't shit all over this. Yeah. Hey, Shitbird Melissa, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. And if you Shitbird, if you're not already subscribed, definitely subscribe. Rob's a good dude. Although I just tore apart his book and told him it was shit. So
hey,
I do like Rob.
Shitbird.
Just saying. Big says sell it to B Rose. That's your best shot.
B Rose.
Yeah, B Rose. Be like, hey, B Rose, I got this manga you might like.
Who the hell is B Rose?
B Rose is a weeb simp.
Oh, okay.
Don. Thanks, Shitbird. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. All right. So you got this story, and you got some things we're going to be working on. But what is the actual premise? Without going into like some crazy, blah blah blah. What is your action sci-fi? So it's an action sci-fi comic. There's two broads, right? Two girls.
Yes.
What are they? Twins?
Genetically enhanced. No, they're not twins.
Okay.
One's a blonde, one's a ginger.
Fuck a ginger.
See, I can't make all of y'all happy. James accused me of killing gingers with my black red riding.
I'm a big fan of that. Kill the gingers.
Oh, okay. So you're for that. He's not for that. You're not for this.
Yeah. So, no. All right. So I mean, this sounded good so far. You got action sci-fi. You got two broads. They're genetically enhanced.
Yeah.
Purposely or like forcefully.
Yeah.
Like, did they willingly like be part of the program, or did they just get bam? You're getting fucking injected with some shit. You're gonna be genetically modified. Deal with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes to which one?
To the one where they were forcefully injected.
Okay. Well, I asked two questions and you just responded with yes.
Oh, so I thought that was just one.
No, I asked two questions.
Oh, okay.
You're like, yes, both of them.
My bad.
All right.
So yeah, it's centered around them. One is kind of oblivious about the world, and the other one's for tyranny. She's very aware of the world. She
Are they buddies?
Not until later. They actually don't know.
Like a buddy cop thing.
No, yeah. Later on.
Yeah, because the women usually don't get along. So
women
usually don't get along. So like there's that aspect of it. Is there any dudes in your book?
Yes. So there's a detective. Even though this takes place after 2030, there's a detective that's kind of like a Sam Spade type, but he crafts his own high tech. So he's got like a stealth camo belt that doesn't hardly work. He's got different gadgets.
Right.
But
he's like a Space Inspector Gadget. Gotcha.
Yeah. And between him and dealing with what it is the new government's doing behind the scenes, like human experimentation, that's where they came from. He's trying to piece some of that together. As more characters are introduced. You got different factions. You got the slums. One of the floating cities is like a slum area, and then you got advance for the elite. So it's a lot of world building involved.
Okay,
but it's mainly around these two sisters. And
have you built your world yet, or is it like just kind of floating around in your head? Okay, so
no, I built it. I've done sketches, concept art.
Okay,
old concept art, but let's
update that shit because that shit was whack. So no, I mean what you're telling me sounds pretty good. Now let's see execution. So like where are we at? So they were forcefully put into this program to be genetically modified. Do they hate that? Is the outcome that they're pissed that they fucking hate that they're basic creators, or are they like on a vengeful trip, or are they just along for the ride now?
Well, one of them, she does as she's told. She thinks that the new system works.
Yeah.
And she becomes later on, infatuated with the power to kill and all that kind of stuff. She comes kind of psychotic. The other one, let me go ahead and share this one right here, Novera. She kind of has like the training type of, hey, kill but they don't kill, but don't ask questions. And she is curious because she doesn't know much about the world.
Why the fuck's her leg backwards?
Huh?
Her leg's backwards. What the fuck?
Yeah, I did that from a model piece.
Okay, so the way she's got her legs spread and shit, like that's, I mean, that looked a little better for some reason when you flipped it.
Yeah, it's
for whatever reason, it looked a little better. Well, this is all digital, right?
Yeah, she has like a Spider-Man agility style. So
yeah. I mean, she's thicker, so I mean, I'm all right. So just to let you know, I mean, this is definitely way better than what I saw before. I'm not a big fan of thick broads, so like I might be a little biased, but my only thing I'm looking at this, I mean, this is way better than the other stuff. So I'm in. I'm in. If you're trying to sell me this book, I'm like, we could actually talk about this book. I'm just thinking there's something wonky with her leg. So like the way it's like spread like that, I mean, that pose is obviously possible if you're like super flexible. I get it.
Yeah.
But I would maybe, if it's not super difficult, bring that leg in a little bit. So instead of being like way out, like bring it in just like a little bit. And like to give you, so it looks so fucking wonky. It just looks weird. I mean, but she's looking pretty cool. I mean, she's got them weird, like big bubble pointy titties. I mean, that's for some people. It's not for me, but it's for some people. But your art style, I like her face. I like what I'm seeing before, like than the other stuff. Like I think she's got her lips. She got some big ass lips though.
Yeah, why not?
That's fine. I mean, I don't know how you like them.
Michael Turner.
That's fine. You like them like dudes?
No, Michael Turner, man. You know Michael
Turner. I'm just saying. I said, why you like them? And you just responded with a dude's name. That's all you
said. Oh my God. You set me up.
Just trying to say. I mean, I understand the bisexual lighting now. I get it. I'm like, you like big lips? Michael Turner. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mo says, I think it would look better if one of the legs was stretched out instead of both knees bent. That could be two. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Stretch out that leg. Yeah, it was just something wonky about them legs, man. Hey, hey, J-Bot says that shit was whack. You missed it. If you weren't watching earlier, I tore his shit apart.
Yeah, we couldn't make it past the fourth.
I said I fucking hated it. Let's not look at it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but realistically, would you rather have a hug or would you rather have some honesty?
No, I need the honesty. I mean, that's the only way I get better. Because when I have,
I don't hate her face compared to the other stuff. That's not that bad.
Yeah. Don't kill.
I don't know if you can work on the lip. I mean, you can give this broad, big lips. But I mean, I'm digging her face. I like the face structure. I like the gun. I like the way it's positioned. Most probably right about throwing that leg out straight instead of both of them being bent like that. And then you could leave it at that angle so you can give that like wild thing, and maybe not like perfectly straight, but like kick it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like almost like if she was falling, like realistically, if she was falling gracefully, like she would have that like bend, but then like be coming down.
Well, that's the thing. If you look at the jet stream, that's propelling her. That little trail right there. That would make sense if I could go ahead and just bend her leg here. But I used it off of a model.
No, I mean I get it. Yeah, but it's just like I get where you're coming from. I don't hate it. But it's just a little tweak. Would make it a lot better, and especially if she's got that weird jet leg thing. So like realistically, I mean, I get this is a comic book, right? But realistically, if the one foot is shooting out some jet fucking fuel, the other foot's not, she's more likely gonna fucking spin up in a circle. You know what I mean? Like just if you think about it that way, only one leg's propelling her. Iron Man needed all four to stabilize sometimes.
Well, yeah. This is just to do a leap. Because she already made like a part of her circle. That's at least how I see it. But now, like I said, she can use any one of these together or independentely.
She's got multiple fucking jet propellers. I see that.
Yeah.
So she's basically built like a space shuttle.
Yeah.
Just like course corrects. I got that shit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was like, J-Bot's right. The color's dope. I'm not hating that. I like the fact that the sky doesn't match the rest of it. Big fan of that.
Yeah, so I was trying to mess around with the whole sky in the background. Emphasize, cars in motion, which I'll give them their trails and stuff later. Floating cities and curious buildings, all that kind of stuff. So trying to put all of that into perspective, that's where I kind of came up with this. as best I could. I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of some of my character designs. So that way you'll see.
Mo also says, yeah, the color is also a lot better than the old cover. Yeah, that bisexual lighting on that old guy, I don't even know what was going on there. There's just blues and purples. He's like, I just want to suck a dick. Look at my calendar.
Oh my God. Look, I like the blues and purples because
I know
me of the 80s.
I like the blues and purples, and I watch that China porn. Look
Jesus
at you.
Lord.
Shit. You're just out there telling on yourself all day.
Hey. At least I'm honest.
It's true. It's true.
Let's see. Rob is the kitten hanging on the branch while it shakes the tree. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging on by one hand.
That's how you gotta do it, man. You just gotta shake that tree. If they hang on, they hang on. If not, I'm like, go to the Lions, bitch. Go to the Lions.
So here's some of the basic design. I did.
All right. Okay.
Early in the
so I was like, yeah, that first shit you were showing me, I was like, this motherfucker can't draw. But looking at this, I'm like, damn, this is better. And she's thick. She's thicker than I like. And then look, she don't look all swollen and like affected by like some like I don't know what the hell you had. What the hell the problem was? Like, she had like allergic reaction to the other one. Like she had all giant balloons. Like everything was like a grapefruit. Her ass was a grapefruit. Her shoulder, her back, grapefruits everywhere.
What's wrong with grapefruits?
They're fine unless every single muscle in your body's a grapefruit. Then that shit looks fucked up. No, this is great, man. I mean, her side profile is cool. I mean, she, again, she's thicker than I like, but I mean, you got that thigh gap. For a thick girl, usually you don't get that thigh gap. I see what you got going on there. Yeah,
I'm trying to come up with some, some different routines. Mix it up.
Yeah, she got them. It's like I know how Rob likes them. Big old lips, dudes.
What?
That's what you said. You said Michael T when I was talking about how you like them. You're like, yeah, and you responded with Michael T. So I'm gonna say you like dudes.
The way Michael Turner draws the female lips. Okay. Damn it.
Now I understand. See, and there has never been a Rob to 80s translator ever. Yeah, 80s shakes the tree. That's what I do. I'm just a tree shaker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But again, this needs to happen. And I said, her thrust.
Right, let me see that dude, right? So I see how you draw women. Okay. That's cool. All right, let me see the dude. All right.
So
and that was my point. Like why I always say, like, you can be a good artist or whatever, but if you need, most men that draw women, like you need to become better at drawing women. So you should practice that more.
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty good looking dude, man. He's got his physique. Like if you were making your own version of Superman, like that's what that would be.
Okay.
Be like, oh, I'm Rob. I'm gonna make a Superman ripoff. Bam, there it is. This is Trenchcoat Man. He's fucking, and that's your superhero. That's it. Like
Exactly.
That's pretty much it. I mean, he's got the V-shape torso, the massive shoulders. Like he's physically fit man. Like the broad is definitely a lot better than your other stuff. So what I'm seeing here, I'm liking it. I'm liking your character designs.
Okay. Yeah, I got let's see here. Like I said, I spent a lot of time doing this during deployment when I went over a lot of those courses of how to draw comics.net. So they gave me a lot of options, a lot of stuff to play around with. Let's see.
Yeah. So it would be easier if you became a woman.
Huh?
What?
What do you say?
If you became a woman, it would be easier to draw women. That's what Mo was getting at.
I ain't messing with that.
I'm just saying, I was like, they say, when they talk about writers, like write what you know, apparently you need to draw what you know. I was like,
I ain't doing that.
Block, get that shit chopped off, get yourself fixed. You can draw women just so you can sell comic books with that blue and purple lighting. Yep.
Hey, look, the 80s Blockbuster, blue. The logo is blue, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
blue
saying,
and yellow, motherfucker, not blue and purple. Don't play games. Look,
blue and purple got hijacked. Like Marvel got hijacked. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They were cranking blue and purple in the clubs back in the day.
Yeah. They were trying to it was like throwing throwing free food to the fish. You know, you throw in a bunch of bread and then you drop your worm with a hook. Then you're like, you got your all your fish. You're gonna, you know, come over for the bread, and then one of them's gonna grab that hook.
Oh my
Same
God.
thing. They throw all that purple and, you know, blue ass, gay ass lighting, and you're gonna run to the club and be like, oh, look at me. And, you know, all of a sudden, like, you have no clothes on, you got fucking nipple tassels. You're like, look at me. And then you're going home with dudes, and you guys are watching China porn. Yeah.
I ain't fooling with you, man. I am not fooling with you.
Yeah.
You and your damn China porn.
Yeah, it happens. So, right. I mean, I'm digging what you got going on. So what is this chick? So these chicks, they're bioengineered or they're genetically enhanced.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
This is the other one.
That's the other one? That's way cooler.
Yeah,
why is she wearing like a fucking like a floaty ring around her waist?
Yeah, that's her utility belt.
Oh, it's utility belt? That shit look weird. Like, if you draw a rubber ducky face on that shit, I think she's gonna go in the river.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So it's like a light.
It's too thick, right? So she's got. I mean, you drew her thick, which is fine, but that belt needs to be hugging her body. Like it needs, and even and I like how you have it like a slight angle. So on the way I'm looking at it, so my left side of her, the belt seems to be up a little bit, and where the other side it slopes down, which is really cool because I mean that's how most broads do wear like belts that sit over their clothes that don't go through belt loops. But that shit needs to be hugging her body, and it's not. It's like it literally. I'm telling you, draw a rubber ducky right in front of her, and that's what she's going in the river on her inner tube. Yeah.
Oh my God.
J-Boss says make it a backpack instead. Yeah, see, that's better. I mean, but damn, this one, she's thicker. She got thicker thighs and no thigh gap. Damn.
No thigh gap.
I know you like them thick. I don't like them thick.
Sometimes. If they're smothering me and I can't breathe, I got a problem.
Yeah. So I was like, so Rob goes to the Walmart to pick up his white chicks. You too big. You go back in the Walmart. Yeah, I know how you do. You're mean to those biggins. She looks like Duck Pampers DP found a place where you
Bro, man.
Oh, that's so funny. That Duck Pampers video was hilarious. That's that DP song.
I can't help this. I can't.
All right, so the dude. All right, let's look at the dude again. This chick is more badass, but that belt was wonky. Dude's cool as fuck, man. I said he's got some like Raiden elements. I mean, some Big Trouble in Little China, some Street Fighter shit. I mean, I see a lot of stuff you smashed in here.
Yeah,
a lot of influences.
Kind of black dude. The hat.
Who's a black dude?
This guy.
And he's all like stealing. He's culture appropriating from the Oriental countries.
Hey,
fuck you! Look at you! I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Steal from the Orientals and make your black dude way better. I'm in.
Hey, Abjad cannot be the only one.
His favorite food is fucking a box of yellow rice. I'm in.
What about brown rice?
That's fine. Whatever, man. I don't care. Brown rice, yellow rice. As long as the motherfucker's eating out of a Chinese carton with chopsticks, I'm totally fucking in. Make him black as fuck, like the dark black. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get some like Idris Elba dark in there, and then just have him fucking eating chopsticks and fucking whatever. I mean, Chinese food all the time. Like that's his shtick. I'm so in. Appropriate that culture. What does this do?
This is the same guy.
Oh, same dude. He's just got no head now. Damn, that's a gun. What the fuck?
Yeah, the BFG. Yeah.
Why is that gun so big?
Because that's he has different guns.
Why is that gun like in his dick? Like, look,
God.
He's holding it up top.
Are you looking at his dick? Why are you looking at his dick?
So I mean, it's like it's gun dick. So is this like, are you trying to overcompensate? Are you trying to like look at my gun dick?
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like, look how close his crotch is to the bottom of that gun. Like, it needs to waste gun. It's gun dick. That's what you're telling me right now.
So now you telling me I should change his name from Deuce to Gun Dick.
Gun dick. No, I mean, all right. So, I mean, a big gun like that is kind of cool. I'm just saying, like the way he's squatting down to hold it, it's like it's almost as if it's coming out of his dick.
Understandable, but obviously it is a pretty large weapon and it's heavy.
Right. Yeah. So it's like
So
you're trying to perpetuate the fallacy that all black dudes got the biggest dicks. I said I know that to not be true. I said I remember pissing in a urinal, and then two black dudes like rolled in and they fucking like laid up on that urinal to hide everything that they got in there because they didn't want me to know. They're like, he'll know. Fucking put that shit in the toilet. Nobody will ever fucking see it. And I'm telling you, I was dying laughing because they were all up in the fucking urinal, like laying in that shit because they didn't want me to know how tiny their dicks are. I was just like, I already know from those guys that this shit is a stereotype. So stop perpetuating falsehoods.
And it's something that I didn't know that I was perpetuating.
I'm just saying, you are, man. Call him Big Black Cannon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I might rock with that.
There you go. So what's all right. So what's up with his fucking rice hat?
Okay, so his hat is multi-use. One, he can tuck it down. Well, he can tilt it down and he can scan the area. It'll have like
use of tuck. You can tuck it in.
Oh my
like
god!
I know how you are. You're you bisexual lighting, talking about drag. You're always sprinkling, bro. You're
I'm an '80s kid, so I got to represent the '80s.
Makes sense.
The best parts at least.
Yeah, I was like, Rob's next favorite movie is Tu Wong Fu. I get it.
Fuck no.
Yeah, you're talking about tucking. That's all I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying.
Every time that showed up on the movie channel when I was a kid, I changed the channel.
That's what you're telling us.
That was a no-brainer.
Right,
I never seen that shit.
All right, this hat has special abilities.
Yeah, so remember Odd Job?
Yeah. That's
he threw the hat and it would slice through statues.
From Orientals, I get it.
Yep, similar concept. It could be used as a weapon. These large goblins.
So how come he doesn't have it when he's got the gun on? Is it just because the gun was too big?
Well,
that makes no sense to me. Where's the damn hat?
Okay,
did the hat turn into the gun?
No, this piece was it was meant to be a variant. So I got the hat on and I got the hat off for this piece.
Yeah, I just want to know. I want the dude with the hat all the fucking time. Like I just can't. I mean, like unless there's a reason for it. Like did somebody steal it? Did it turn into this giant dick gun dick? Like, did he already use it? Did he throw it at somebody's face? Like, I just want to know where we are without the hat.
Yeah, that can be presumed.
Okay. I don't like to presume. I like to know.
Well, yeah. I mean, plus too, when it comes to like some of the questions that you're asking, it depends on the scenario. This is, a one shot. Normally you see a poster, sure they're doing something, but you get those questions that once you read the book, some of those questions get answered. And some covers.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, to me, if you draw him with the hat like that, I'm now associating him like I would Wolverine with his cigar. And I know they don't do that anymore because Marvel's kind of homosexual now.
Yeah.
But Wolverine always had a cigar unless he was fighting. And there were some times where he was fighting, he had the cigar still. So to me, it's like it goes hand in hand. Like whereas it's like if the hat is part of his makeup here, it's part of his costume. Like it's just like it's missing. So it's just like there should be I feel there should be a reason why it's missing.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep. It's multi-use. He can flip his hat upside down and stir fry some shit in it.
That's the best right there. Multi-use.
He might actually do that just for you, Mo. His hat turns into a skateboard. Yeah, Back to the Future Part 2. The hat is his Captain America shield.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah, Captain America shield. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
hoverboard.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm into hoverboard, but I mean, if he spins, like he sits in it and the shit fucking spins, like all of a sudden now he's like Tasmanian devil spinning that shit around. Fuck yeah, let's steal from everything else.
Now you see, I got a character set up to do something kind of like that, but I'm not ready to reveal that.
All right, well, we won't talk about that. But I'm in on these characters, and now I've seen these character developments. They're a little bit better. I'm digging it. I'm liking where you're going. So it's just like everybody's just fighting and shooting and killing big giant dick guns.
For different reasons, yes.
Different reasons. All right, again, thick ass thighs.
So she had. Here's what she has. Like the penguin tailcoats.
All right, before you go on. All right, so your design of a woman, it's the same. It seems like now I've seen three women.
Template. It's a template.
It's a template. I get that, but I said every single one of these women, all these broads got thick thighs. They're all thick.
Well, they got different cup sizes.
Okay, well that's acceptable. I'll allow it. All right.
You know,
I'm looking at the thighs. I'm looking at them legs. I'm a leg man. I'm not a boob man. You know, if you're talking boob Dan, you gotta get boob Dan in here. He can talk about the boobs. Them thighs are thick. Yeah.
Well, you don't want chicken legs. You know what I
No,
mean?
no. All right. Yeah. This one's more manly though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at the side profile, not that front profile, the side profile. Look at the side profile. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
That's
There's a lot more coverage.
Yeah, it's like China over here. China
Oh
without
my
the it's
God.
like dickless China. That's what you did. I know you look at your influence. That's China. Look at that fucking hairstyle. That's motherfucking China. You were whacking it to that China video. I know you were.
Man.
Shit. Yep, China was a man. All right, so what's this thing?
This is a cyborg. There's a group of cyborgs that the government came up with. Their main thing is coming up with weapons to take out people that dissent against their rule with the floating cities.
That makes sense.
Because people don't like human experimentation, and once the cat's out the bag, it's like, hey, we protest. So
yeah, protest away.
So this guy's part of a team of 5 that are programmed, a specific team to handle like augmented humans, people that have metal legs or I-beams and shit like that are underground. Because I'm sure you're familiar, like in most sci-fi movies and stuff, they have like a low tech and people that take spare parts and improve themselves.
Yeah, I get that. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing like Ninja Turtle, so I'm in on that. So I'm seeing the Fugitoid robot, right? But like he's like a Cyclops and then Jack. So it's like you mashed up Fugitoid with fucking Terminator.
So the head is detachable. It floats on its own, and it scouts out. It can also produce a large particle hyperbeam from the eye, of course, the Cyclops, and the body can move around independently from the head itself. So
he shoots lasers out that eye?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you were like complicated, like scientist over here. Like I figured you had a lab coat on. You're like this giant particle beam, blah blah blah, whatever. I was like, so he shoots lasers out his eye, and then the robot body does nothing when it's floating around, or the robot body's doing its own thing.
Yeah, it's doing its own thing. So basically, you're getting attacked from air and ground.
All right. So all right. And I understand this is a comic book, but like, so if his eyeball is floating around doing some weird ass shit, how does the body know what's going down without being able to see? Right? What's the point of having an eyeball if the body don't need it?
Well, the body has radio controls to.
I figured his nipples would just open up like shields and just be like new eyeballs. I'm just saying. I'm trying to wrap my head around how's this robot body functioning without the vision, because the eyeball is shooting off laser beams somewhere else.
Yeah, they coordinate radio signals. I mean, and cell phones, radio towers, all that kind of stuff.
I'm picking up what you're saying, and I get it's a comic book, but again, so the eyeball's over here shooting off laser beams.
Yeah.
So and as it's shooting laser beams, it's just telling the body what to do.
Yeah, they coordinate together. Yeah.
All right, I'll allow it. I'm fine. I don't hate it.
Hey, I'm trying to
make
Brian
Brian the old. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And he does point out they do it in parts. Yeah. I just figured it was a robot. I don't know. You said cyborg? It's a cyborg? Then
yes,
it needs to have people parts.
Yes. And that's a key important part of this story. That's why I did use the term cyborg. It's not completely, machine.
So it's the internals, so like the heart and stuff like that. Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
Sounds more like an android or a drone. Well, it has.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me until we just had this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, it has different aspects kind of mashed together, but
it's a different concept. So the internals are human parts that are running the outside machine. Or is it like armor? So it's like RoboCop, but kind of like armor.
And just keep in mind, I'm not going to try to spoil too much. Remember the same psychological issues that RoboCop had. Getting used to those his past life, Alex Murphy, and how it affected him as a OCP employee or product. So,
okay. So here's the thought. I mean, again, grain of salt, do whatever you want. I was like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that motherfucking ball is floating around, and then the body's just doing its own fucking thing. Like,
yeah,
what
it's
if
rumbling,
what if the head just pops out of his shoulders, and once the ball fucking floats around, and does its own thing, and it's like almost like a turtle, and just fucking pops up, and it's like that human head.
What do you mean that the head flies away?
Yeah. No, so no, not the head flies away. No, so it's got the eyeball, right? The eyeball flows away. What if the eyeball is like a helmet? And so like when it flies away, it's left with like the human head. So then we know it's a cyborg.
Oh, okay.
That's the point. And then that right there mitigates that whole thing. This cyborg can do whatever the fuck it wants to do.
Yeah, the
But
headless.
that other thing, it's the helmet. It's like a fucking. It's like it's part of it's part of the cyborg. So now it's a remote control. Now it's a drone. It's like a probe droid, but it's got lasers that can shoot out its eyeball and stuff. So like that changes like how your entire character is. That just to me seems cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, than a headless robot fucking walking around.
That's what I was about to do too. Shit was about to be happening.
Yeah, a small eyeball pops out of the neck hole. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like the fucking like the eye monster that comes out of the garbage chute in Star Wars when it like comes up and it's just like that'd be all right. But yeah,
like a periscope.
No, like yeah, if the thing was like a helmet, but it like just comes up and flies around, like does its thing. Yeah, like in Flight of the Navigator. So like back, that movie and the fucking robot in the ship, it's kind of like floating around almost like an eyeball itself, like kind of like that, but free floating. Yeah,
that's a winner.
And then you could even give it like its own personality, like it's like two separate things. He's the cyborg, but then like the head thing is kind of its own computer or whatever. That's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Indeed. There's a quiet dichotomy. There's quite dichotomy of feedback on this one. 80s is like dumb it down, professor. And Brian is like, actually, according to my calculation. Oh my Lord.
Right.
Let me see. I don't know. A headless robot would be pretty nuts. Yeah. I mean, there's so many possibilities that I've tried to juggle around, and like even like when we get off of this stream today, I'll be processing a lot of this stuff and start thinking of scenarios of how to incorporate it. So that's why this feedback is so important.
Yeah, and you're like, how does 80s hate my thing now?
Huh?
You said you're gonna process. You're just gonna go up the stream and be like, what else does 80s hate of mine? Let me tell him this other part. Let me tell him this character. Yeah. Back to the drawing board.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I'd rather get it right than get it wrong. So this is the chick that you said looked like a man. This is my latest kind of sketch of her in just a normal bodysuit. And I kind of chilled out her gun. She's got the glasses. She got the trademark, small lipstick, weird shit. And I just put her in full leather with high heels. If maybe that's a little bit better. Huh?
Do you like dudes?
No.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell.
I'm not in it for the dudes, brother.
I'm just saying she looks like a dude.
She does? Oh, because of the six pack. Yes.
Yeah, she got that. She's got like a dude body with tits. Like she's like a drag queen. She looks like China. Like put a dress. Seriously, put a dress on her, and then I think she's gonna be singing Moon River at the fucking thing. Yeah.
Last time I heard Moon River, Family Matters, Steve Urkel.
That's just funny. Yeah, actually, we've been watching a lot of that lately. Because like they had all those Christmas specials, so like we put up the Christmas shit because my kid's birthday was today, so like she wants to put up a Christmas tree and all that. So we watched all the Family Matters Christmas episodes. So we were doing that last night.
Nice. Yeah, it's that time. Brian Sudley said, do some research into global vision systems for robotics. You could have satellites from the vision systems as a secondary output. Indeed.
See, as long as I understand it, like that makes fucking sense. Like, and so if you explain that to me, because like you just told me like the fucking dude's got no head, he's a robot just walking around and shit, and you're like, well, you know, RF signals. I said, yeah, my cell phone fucking does that shit, and I can RF signal a stupid robot car floating on the ground. But like, explain to me, just give me some shit. Like that was fucking dope. That's actually a really cool fucking thing. I like it.
Indeed.
I like it. So if you want to keep the headless thing, yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Mo says this is one based on China. Yeah, I think
no,
so. Yeah.
No, hell no. It's not based on
again, let's bring it back to the bisexual lighting cover. We know where it's at.
Wait a minute. Speaking of bisexual lighting, what is that going on in the background there, 80s? Huh?
I was like, I got blue and I got yellow. I don't have blue and purple.
Bisexual blue.
I'm just saying you had the purple and the blue. That's the bisexual. I got blue and I got yellow. Yeah. I said, you can't try to twist this shit around me. Yeah.
Mo Big said, look at that masculine strength.
Yeah, right. I was like, I think this broad is going to fight Arnold. Or it might be Arnold. That's what it is. Arnold with long hair. That was his thing. Oh, we know your password now.
God.
Thanks.
I can't with y'all.
Yeah.
So one of the latest pieces I want to go ahead and reveal, which I think it might be pretty interesting, but it's still in the works. So let's go ahead and get your first impression.
I say not boring.
So let's go ahead and get your impressions on this, which I haven't finished, still working on it, but it's going to be a variant cover.
Why are all those people looking at me uncomfortably?
Because
she's standing uncomfortably. He's sitting uncomfortably. That dude's about to like suck that fat dude's dick.
And then he put
I don't even know what's going on. You got that Trump pose. I see that. Then the only cool dude is the Wolverine looking motherfucker at the end of the table. All the other people are posed in an uncomfortable way, and they're all staring at me. So I'm just like, what did I do?
Which one's a Wolverine?
The one at the head of the table there.
Oh, this guy?
Head of the table.
Oh, this
all the way at the end. Straight back. Keep going straight. All the way back.
Yeah.
The dude, sitting down. That dude, right? Wolverine looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
That dude is the only one that's not sitting uncomfortably.
True.
So it's just like, I'm like, so it's awkward. They're all posed in an uncomfortable way, and then they're all staring at me. So as the reader, I'm like, what did I do? Why are these weird ass like pod people staring at me?
And that's the impression I want the reader to get. Obviously, I'll clean it up, but these are like the core members of the organization, the new government.
Mm-hmm. Why is that one dude trying to suck that fat dude's dick, though?
He's not. He's leaning over. And the
fat guy lean over other dudes' laps?
No, he's not in his lap. If you look at the position, never mind. You got me. You found me out.
Just saying.
Yeah. Where I said, look at 80s fitness models on strong women that don't look like China.
Yes,
indeed.
And there you'll find some very attractive women.
Yeah, Stacy Lynn Bajito, a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, the cover had pastels. I did. Yeah, I couldn't handle the pastels though. I couldn't move past the other stuff. You are right, Mo.
What's the mushroom cloud tree? So, as we talked about,
there's faces in the clouds. I see that.
So as we talked about Paradox Gate, which is an important piece of this comic, the gate leads to other places. I'll put it that way, but it's guided by these entities that are considered cosmic beings. But they're trapped into this soul engine that feeds the gate. The souls, different entities, converges. Human souls.
Is it a soul sucker or is it run on souls?
Yeah, it runs on souls and feeds other dark entities that will be revealed in other comics. Because again, this comics.
So the pod people, so they're supposed to look at me like that. They're supposed to make me feel uncomfortable.
Yes, like I said, I'll clean it up.
You won. I feel uncomfortable.
I'll clean it up. But yeah, these are supposed to be some pretty important evil people, and you know, I want to make sure that they're emphasized because they play a pivotal role dealing with the sister assassins. So I got to make sure that emphasized. But like this is still in the works. It's not complete, but it'll be a cover variant.
All right, so the fat dude.
Yeah,
fat dude. The way he's sitting on that table, like that's how girls sit when they're trying to like be cute.
Oh shit!
Got the one leg up, looking all coy.
I can't disagree.
Yeah, and then the other dude's like laying over his lap, and like that other dude is feminine for a dude. So I'm like, is his hair pulled back in a ponytail?
Well, this guy's
bulge in the chest. Is that like a girl wearing dude clothes? So then she's like, oh, so the tomboy there wants to get on the fat dude. Makes sense.
Oh my god. So let's just call this Days of Our Lives the comic.
Yeah. Hitchcock presents. It looks like he's about to present his dick for that guy in front to suck him. Yeah, right. That's where I'm at. I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Oh my god. Sorry, Rob. I obviously saw the same thing as 80s. Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, Rob's been hanging out, every now and again on the show. He, hangs out with Odin on Tuesdays. He's trying to get that unconditional suck vibe.
What the fuck? Sanction. I sanctioned that statement. I asked the jury to ignore what they've just heard.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh my god. There should be something important in the front of the table.
100%.
Indeed,
yeah.
I have yet to draw that, but I do have it already.
So I don't know what these characters are. I don't
know
their roles or anything. I don't want to know. I don't want to know that part.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know each of the roles. So like, obviously there's probably a hierarchy, I'm assuming. But me personally, if I were to like nitpick on that, I would probably take that fat dude and get him out of that weird sexy girl pose and put him at the front of the table smoking that cigar. Get the Wolverine dude off, because then the big fat dude, like the whole fat cat mentality, like he's the head dude. I don't know. I don't know your characters, so I'm not trying to change that. I'm just saying aesthetically pleasing. Then you can still give that uncomfortable vibe. They're all staring at you. I get that, but then he's also right. There should be something appealing on the table, or else what the hell is the table there for? Other than for that fat dude to be all sexy, like. He's like, look, he's presenting himself for the other dude to suck him. Like it's a whole weird thing you got going.
Man, hey, your imagination is much greater than mine, 80s.
You fucking imagined it, you drew it, and then you said, look what I drew, and I'm seeing what you drew.
True.
Yeah.
True. Is the corporation is what?
Is the corporate version of the three-headed bot Transformer movie floating in the background?
What?
So go back to your mushroom cloud stack. There's the three heads up there, and that's what it looks like. So he's not wrong. I get that vibe too.
I couldn't understand what you're saying. All right, so which one? Where are we looking at?
You have the three heads there, so you have like the heads built in that thing. It looks some of it says version of the three-headed bot from Transformers movie floating in the background. I think that's what he's talking about.
That's definitely not where I got it from. I think you're talking about the one that was kind of like the living tribunal of the Transformers, Past Judgment. That would be pretty cool, but I want to save that kind of aesthetic for another character in another comic book in the future. So that's some of the updated stuff of what I got. I guess I should ask, does that kind of clarify a little bit of what it is I'm working on with
yes,
Paradox?
Yes. I'm saying, like, figure out the name thing, because I'm just going to call it your pervert book. If that's a long ass name, I'm just not going to figure it out. But yeah, that first thing, like, if you want to still utilize that, I would say maybe pull your story and just redraw it, like, because obviously your art styles change. So, like, for me, if you're like, hey, look at my book, and it's not as good as what the other stuff is, and I see that other art and I'm like really into it, that first book, it completely turns me off. I'm not going to get it. So then you're like, oh, I got the second book. I'm like, well, I didn't like the first book. Why am I going to like the second book? Fuck that.
Yeah.
So give me the best of your best. So, even if it sucks or whatever, just redraw it, man. Redraw it. You got time. You're trying to figure this shit out. And so that first story you did, you're now saying takes place later on. It's more in the future. It's not really.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then work on whatever you're working on now, and then maybe redraw that book, or even just scrap it. Like just utilize it something else. Like, hey, this is some shit I did. It was a concept. It didn't work out, and I redrew. I did a whole different thing. Like go in a different direction. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was mentioned on Art Jam between J Biden and Odin, and I think one was saying, hey, it's not your best work, and then the viewpoint of, hey, at least share it with people so that way they know that you have done something. And I'm not looking to say, hey, this is the greatest comic book of all time.
But the fact is you've already sold that and you didn't get any feedback.
Yeah. But now I'm getting feedback. So I think that helps.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So if we don't see Rob tomorrow, we know why. I hurt his feelings.
Hey, look, man, life is too grand. I don't think I'm hunted by anybody important, so I think I'll get a
I didn't say you weren't gonna wake up tomorrow. I just said you had your feelings hurt, so you were gonna like ostrich that shit for a little while.
No, man. Hey, I got tougher skin.
I ain't streaming. I can't do it.
If I'm 40 years old and I ain't got tough enough skin by now, I'm in serious trouble.
Grown ass men, man. I got people crying in DMs.
Change the fat dude's pose so he is leaning back in a chair.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you.
Yes. See, this is the feedback. Like I said,
I'm breaking your balls about it, but that's what you see. It's what it's there. So like that's the question. Like if the dude wants to suck his dick, you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, then you did a good job because that's what everybody sees.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't aiming for that. But with this feedback, I'll change what I need to. You know what I mean? So that way, as you said, it's more aesthetically pleasing and not gay.
Yeah, we don't want that. Unless that's what you're going for. I mean, by that first cover, I'm thinking, and the China dudes, I get it. There's an audience for your book, and you want us to be the audience. Just let us know what's on the table. This is his pervert gay book. I'm like, yeah.
No, I'm not trying to make a gay book.
So when are you trying to get something? When are you trying to get this book done by? Like, what are you doing? Are you just working on it as it flows and just figuring it out then, or you trying to run a campaign? You trying to be what are you doing? What are you doing? I just want to know.
Well, really, I'm ready to get panels done and get it, going through. But what I neglected in the past was the writing aspect. So I'm getting feedback from editors. I'm doing the outlines and stuff and having a much more structured story than what I had in that previous first book that you saw. Because, to me, my dialogue sucked.
Right. All right. Well, here's something. So I don't know what he charges. And I don't know if it's even like on the table, but Ogden, the other Odin, so the Odin we hang out with, I call him White Odin, but the other one they call Ogden.
Yeah.
So he's the other Odin. Like he's a pretty good writer. Like some people consider him one of the better writers in CG. Like, I mean, that's what I've been told. I haven't read any of his shit. I only bought a stupid mug off him because I wanted to support because his book was like very manga-ish. And I'm just like, it's not for me. But people love his writing and stuff. So like maybe approach somebody like him and say, hey, I got this story, I got this thing. Like, what would you charge to write it? Or
if I could get a writer,
or like I've got this idea. Here's my beginning, middle, end, and then throw that out there and like, Like I'm not saying like get it like and make sure you pay somebody. Like don't go, hey, let's partner up because that changes the whole thing. Because now you got to like figure out how you guys are going to work this out, and then if you want to sell this book like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you got to like figure out you're supposed to give this dude money. So like if you pay somebody and then they're a writer for hire. Period in the story, you pay them, you're over it.
Yeah,
that's an option. So I was just saying, like, just look into that if your writing sucks, and then even if you do that, you suck it up and like you pay, like Allie offers like some, I don't know what she charges. Like she charges a smaller amount. It's not crazy. I didn't think it's smaller amount than getting art made. Like per page. Like I remember she was offering that type of stuff. There's also editors and stuff. So even if you have like a thing, figure it out. So yeah, if your writing sucks, like I would approach any of those writers, especially Allie, like because I don't remember exactly what it was, so don't quote me, but I'm like I almost want to say it was like $20 a page or something. So like it's not a crazy amount to like be like, hey, here's my idea for my story. Here's my beginning, middle, and end. Here's where I want to go. Do you have an idea? Can you take this and like turn this into a cool story? And then if they're, they're like, yeah, hell yeah, and then you figure it out, and then if you focus on the art that way, and then you have like an actual creative person that you can bounce ideas off of, you're like, all right, this, and they're like, this is my thought, and you're like, oh, cool, but this is where I wanted to really go, and you just tweak it that way.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Mo says Ogden is a good writer, but don't let him write street type dialogue because it'll come out like an 80s after school special. That is very true. Yeah, you don't want that. It just be like, Ogden, I'll handle the ebonics. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Your style reminds me of the 90s image books in a good way. Who's going to be doing your colors? Well, I mean, I've been doing them so
Ryan,
far.
You didn't see the first book. Brian.
Yeah, feel free to watch it on the replay.
I couldn't deal with it anymore. But this stuff, yeah, he's not right. Brian's not wrong. Like this looks pretty good. I'm into it. Like I said, that one thing I griped about was like that one tweak and then the fat dude. I mean, just minor tweaks, but my gripes haven't been about your actual characters.
Yeah.
So,
and then plus too, the questions you ask shows that you're trying to understand them as well. Some people will be like, all right, cool.
You say trying. I'm just along for the ride.
Nice.
That's what we're here for.
But yeah, Brian, I've been doing the coloring. I mean, I'm open to suggestions or any help I can get.
So you did that coloring on that first one? You show the chick with the monkey legs?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, no, it's pretty dope coloring. I mean, I was like, it's not the best, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So it's like if you did it yourself and you're doing it, that's awesome. Do you ever watch like YouTube videos on like getting different tips and techniques and stuff, like trying to get better? Because some people like stay in like their ability, and so like obviously I've seen you grow. Like for that other, I don't know what that other book was, but then the new stuff, I'm like, oh, it's pretty dope. But like if you don't try to grow, then you're just going to stay like a high school artist forever.
Exactly.
So that could be the same thing with the coloring too. So like I just didn't know if you're trying that avenue, trying to get better at that, or you're just playing around.
Yeah, definitely have. I've been coloring digitally for a while.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I have a pretty decent skill set, but trying to color in a way that looks like American comics.
Right.
That's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, I was like, so if you color, do you want to pull that page up again? That one with the wonky legs?
With the monkey legs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Here we go.
There it is. All right. So are you 100% sold on like that's her color scheme? Like that's what she's going to be? Like the gold, the black, the gold, all that?
Oh yeah, because the other assassin, her color scheme is blue and gold.
And so, like, what is all the is that clouds in the background of her? Is that clouds or is that smoke or what is that?
Yeah, these are clouds.
Okay, so I would make them a little more white and less gray. I mean, obviously, you want some gray in there to give you that tone, but if she's like got that dark black, that gray, and then you got the gray behind her, like it kind of washes it, like. Not generic, but like you want it to pop a little bit. So I'd add a little bit more white, like not all white. Like I like the gray in the cloud. Like it makes sense. It's a nighttime scene. So I'd look at some of that stuff. And I would, just so it's not so much gray, because you go from that part of that gray building right into the clouds, which then is now I'm like, is this smoke? Is this what's going on with this? And then her having the black, and then obviously there's some gray in her boobs or whatever, and like so it's not like solid black, and you got that highlighting. It's just, to me, there's a lot of gray on the page.
Yeah.
Which it's a nighttime scene, so it makes sense. It's going to have that. So I would just change a little bit of the clouds, like that's what I would do for color. But other than that, yeah, your color great, man.
Okay,
that's great. I'm not hating on it. I mean, I'm not an expert on that type of stuff. I mean, obviously, like some people are like phenomenal at colors, and some people I just can't stand. But I'm not hating this.
He's all about ball busting today.
yeah, Brian, you know where I'm at.
Hey, that works. Here's
I'm telling you, you missed the whole beginning.
Here's another character named Primary Girl, who I colored her as well. I just got.
How come you didn't show me this off the bat? This is the better one.
I showed this on a couple of streams.
Not to me.
My bag, man. My bag.
Sometimes I just put you on mute and I just say thumbs up. Just saying. Like,
oh man, it's never a dull moment with 80s, man.
No.
So yeah, Primary Girl, she's kind of like a cosmic type character, not really Captain Marvel-ish, ditzy. So that's why I kind of gave
like
her
a
like
ditzy Captain Marvel.
Huh?
A ditzy Captain Marvel?
No, not like Captain Marvel, but she's kind of ditzy.
Okay, so does she fly around and have powers?
Yes.
Okay, so a better Captain Marvel? Like, I'm not saying like, Captain Marvel is written like shit. I'm just saying like,
I can be said.
I'm just trying to figure out what she is. Like, is she Supergirl? Is she Power Girl? Like, what is she? Is she, what is she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, an entire star system was destroyed, and out of that sorrow created her being, all the sorrows or whatever combined powers, and gave her a form, for her looking for self or personality. She had tapped into the 1950s and 60s type of woman. So she has kind of like that mindset, in a way. So that's
I'm not hating this. Like whatever I mean, like I don't know what's going on with the background. Like it's not stars or I don't know what that is. But her image design, like she is not a dude in drag. Like
I took a little more time with her.
There you go. You need to take your time with a woman. Like if you hurry up, you get a dude. You need to calm the fuck down. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Somebody probably clip that. Yeah. Primary Girl is less China, more Trish.
There you go. Yeah, see, I'm in. Yeah, makes sense. I'm in. Yeah, less China. Yeah. We need less China.
Yeah.
All around. Yep, definitely not China. Yeah. No, this is great. It's great.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. I don't.
So she's like 2000s era of
Miss
Marvel.
Yeah, I'm in. All right, so I get the blue around her hand. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then like, what's the blue around her foot?
Yeah, that's her flying too. Now, also these blues, these orbs or whatever are blue. These are also star systems as well. That's connected to this whole background, which I'll color out. But they're meant to be star system because that's where her power is drawn from. An entire star system. So,
okay, so I get the blue thing in her hand. That makes sense. I mean, she's getting power, right? That's the thing. So like the one on her foot almost seems like she's like barely touching her, or maybe it's behind. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's behind her, almost like how you see like the jet thrust from Iron Man's suit when he's flying. Yeah, it's behind her. So her output of energy from her hands is different from her feet.
All right, so for me to understand, so there's this star thing behind her, which all right, I get that. But to understand that blue thing is supposed to be part of her foot, I wouldn't draw the blue line connecting it to the other thing. I would make it part of her. So like the blue in her hand and the blue in her foot, that's part of her, where that thing in the background is a background piece.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because looking at it, I'm like, is it part of the background piece? Is it part? I don't understand. And just taking away that line from the blue orb on her foot, I think changes that whole thing. Yeah, get rid of that whole line. Like leave the yellow one, like leave the yellow shit the way it is, but just that whole line going to the blue thing, I would just erase that.
Okay. Cool.
And then that way I know that, and then maybe making it a little bit like see how. So the way I'm looking at the foot looks like it's in front of the blue orb. However, in her hand, it looks like the blue orb, like her hand is in the blue orb.
Yes, correct.
So like somehow recreate what you did with the hand with the foot.
Okay.
So it's like there's like blue over it, and it kind of looks like that little opaque wash, and then that that's her power, and that's how she's flying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just. I mean, I'm digging this character. This character's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So she's one of a lot of characters I have in the works, and of course you got to have a a villain somewhere in the background. I was kind of thinking of the cover of Infinity Gauntlet when I kind of made this. Let's see. So Brian, so like Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, got a lot of updates. And like I said, that's my more recent work, not the stuff you saw at first, because you was like page 4.
I couldn't do it. No more pages. Yeah,
He was like, you would have tried to sell me this book.
I wanted to fill my eyes shut.
I would have said no.
Yeah. I was like, Stevie Wonder would have looked at that shit and said no.
Oh shit.
That shit bad.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
No.
Nah, not for us. Nah.
Oh man. So
yeah, like this stuff you're showing now, like if you want, if we weren't friends and like whatever, and you're like 80s, can I come on the show? And like, I would have been like, nah, fuck no, do better and come back. Like, but no, this stuff we can work with this. We can work with this. But like if you're trying to launch, like I would definitely tweak this stuff, and I would get and like I said, I'm not an artist, but I mean I know what I know what I like and I know what I see.
And that's the key thing, I think Eric July, he said something about people that detract may not be your customers. So it's important to listen to the customers. You know what I mean? People that actually know what they like. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put together a good product.
Yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I still might not buy your book. I'm like, I fucking hate this. But
you might know somebody.
You want it to be the best thing that you can create. And that's
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Indeed. So with that being said, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up, man.
Okay.
I've taken an hour and a half of the chops.
Yeah. I said, Rob can't take no more. He's got to go take a cold shower and cry about it. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
You know what I'm saying?
But we'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll probably have Rob on tomorrow night on my show. And I'll be drinking. We'll have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you doing the show the rest of the weekend?
I'm not doing a show. I mean, I can pop up if you invite me on Saturday night. I'll
invite you on Saturday. I know I haven't invited you the last couple of times, but we've been super swamped. Like so many people want to come hang out, and we're more focused on talking about books and like specific creators and shit. So like that's where we've been lately. Like last night we had PTP on. That was fun. But then tomorrow I don't think we have anything on the schedule at all. Just like hanging out, drinking, having shit. So.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going out of town for Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna check with my sister whenever she comes by.
Thanksgiving, you better tune in because we're gonna watch Planes, Trades, Automobiles.
Oh, fuck!
And it's later at night, so like you shouldn't have a real excuse to be like, I'm hanging out with my family, not at fucking midnight.
Nope, that is true.
Like by the time the show starts at 11, by the time everybody rolls in and stuff, 11:30, we might be really starting the movie. So 11:30. Planes, Trades, Automobiles down.
Yep.
Yeah. Normally we don't do the movie on Thursday, but it's Thanksgiving, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. So for anybody that kind of like my artwork, if you like the stream of me getting ate alive by 80s, and it's the criticism that I've asked for. I've been wanting, so that way I can come up with better stuff. Please like and follow my channel, subscribe. Trying to build my YouTube channel. Hopefully they don't ban me. And follow me everywhere. My link tree is in the chat. Huh?
Like a stalker. Just show up at Rob's house. Like, hey, you told me to follow you. I'm here. I'm just saying, you're inviting some weirdos. I'm just saying. If they show up at your house, you invited them.
Show up on my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just saying.
On my Twitch.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. Yeah, take care. Peace.